We have some major news right now. I just got off a phone call with California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has given big updates about today's Prop 50 election in California. Newsflash, it is looking good for Democrats, but he's not counting his eggs before they hatch just yet. He also talked about how Donald Trump has announced practically a criminal investigation into the elections in California, spreading widespread conspiracies and baseless conspiracies about fraud in California. We also talk about what this means for 2026 and beyond. A major interview just hours before polls close in California. I want you to have the latest, so make sure to subscribe to support, and let's just jump right into the interview with California Governor Gavin Newsom. I'm super excited today, folks, to be joined by California Governor Gavin Newsom. Governor, great to be here. Important day, Prop 50 election day. What are you seeing right now across your state?
Just unbelievable energy, and the turnout already has been extraordinary. What I mean by that is election day has been going on for weeks and weeks, and it ends at 8 o'clock tonight. And we've just seen a remarkable number of ballots that have already been dropped off, and drop boxes have been sent in mail in the registrar's office. So this is going to be, we think it's going to be a big, big night. It's going to be a big statement about not only who we are in California, but a statement about who we are across the United States, since this is really galvanized folks from all 50 states in a way that I'll be candid with you, never fully could have imagined.
Well, I mean, I guess I got to ask you, Prop 50, what's Democratic turnout like? I mean, are you seeing enough right now in early voting trends? Do you think we got this in the bag?
Yeah, look, I mean, you don't want to ever say that. I don't want to jinx that on election day. I'm not naive. But I also, it's not just feelings, not just intellectual. I mean, we've really stress tested this, and we've kicked the tires. We don't screw around with these elections, and so we're looking at every angle. If we see a good poll, we're like, no, what are we missing about this? And so we've really, we've digested not only that anxiety, we've also organized around it with 250 organizations that have been on the ground, one of the largest grassroots campaigns that I've ever been involved with. And this is only 11, 12 weeks old. The fact that we had to literally ask people to stop sending us money because we had 1.2 million contributions. We blew past our small dollar amount. And I was very sensitive at a time when we're cutting food stamps and healthcare premiums are going up. People are feeling the anxiety around a jobs market that's not obviously as robust as it was 6 to 8 months ago. That $10, $20 matters, but we're sort of we're dialing it up. Even though we dialed back the fundraiser, we've dialed up our grassroots and our ground game, and it feels right and it feels good. But it is a special election, and anything could happen. To your point on a special election.
Well, I got to ask you, before we talk about kind of what this means nationally and the kind of next steps for the party, I want to ask you about a report that I kind of put out over the past day or so, and that's the Trump administration was considering sending a deputy AG out to California to monitor elections. They were sending federal monitors. People messaged me. They said that they were worried, just generally hearing that the DOJ was sending folks out to California. Do you have any response? Are things going kind of smoothly right now?
Yeah, look, we're flooding the zone. For every one person they put out there, we're going to have 10 people monitoring the monitors. We're not screwing around, nor is Donald Trump screwing around. And you may have seen what he just sent out this morning, just a few hours ago. Donald Trump sent out a Truth Social saying he's looking at criminal investigation because he already is alleging this election is rigged. Again, he knows he's going to lose. This is the Election Rigging Response Act because he also knows he's going to lose the 2026 midterms. And this is why I keep saying, everybody, eyes wide open. This is not just about the maps here in California. He's mapping out a way of guaranteeing his victory in the midterms in 2026 and beyond. As you say, sending out election monitors that are not needed, that have no basis, has no business being out here in a statewide election for a statewide constitutional amendment. He has masked men like Greg Bovino that showed up at the campaign kickoff of Proposition 50 to intimidate folks. That is a preview of things to come at polling places all across the United States. If you thought we were overstating things in June around the federalization of the National Guard, where we said in June, this is a preview of things to come across the United States. We've seen it in D.C., in Portland, in Chicago, and you're going to see it now as he starts to put Trump personnel in military bases all across the United States. And he's organized that very openly come this January to have quick deployment. This is all around 2026. Alleging that Prop 50 is already rigged because there's mail-in ballots, and alleging suggesting criminal activities occurring is chilling. But trust me, to your question, forgive the long-winded response, we're not screwing around. We've set aside millions of dollars for our legal defense. We're there today, making sure we're monitoring the monitors. So there's nothing happening that is not going to be recorded. And I think that has to be our posture as Democrats with that kind of vigilance going through 2026.
Well, I want to talk about 2026. What do you think tonight means for 2026, I guess, nationally? Because all trends show not just Democrats winning potentially in Prop 50 in California, but also Virginia, New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I mean, really across the board. So what does a Democrat win tonight across the board tell you heading into 2026?
Well, that the people showed up, that the people watching, they had our backs, and they gave us a spine. To the folks watching, you showed up, not just for yourselves, but for each other. 7 million of you showed up, talking about the fact there are no crowns, there's no thrones, there's no kings in this country. And you're going to show up in extraordinary numbers in New Jersey and Virginia, that sent the Supreme Court race in Pennsylvania, and obviously with this, remarkably gifted young man who will be the next mayor in New York City. And the energy and the clarity, the message that you will send is powerful, and that the Democratic Party, to your question, is back on its toes. We're not on our heels. We're winning again, and we're finding our confidence. We're finding our sea legs. We're winning the message nationwide on healthcare. It's universal because we're connecting to universal values. It's not a Republican or Democratic framework. It's about all of us all being better off. We're all better off. Focusing on hunger, focusing on food. These are universal frameworks that I think just are going to create some remarkable momentum. This is a big, do not understate this. This is a big night for this country. It's a big night for democracy. It's a big night for the Democratic Party.
Did you feel like the tide is kind of shifting? I mean, I have messages every day of folks telling me, I feel the energy shifting. Right? For the first time in 9 months, I kind of feel hope. I feel positivity. I feel something different. His approval rating is at an all-time low, disapproval at an all-time high. I feel like things are changing a little bit.
Look, across the spectrum, you saw that numerically, to your point about the fact that he's historically unpopular, even more unpopular than he was after January 6th. Higher disapproval rate. He's hit every category and every issue. Name an issue. On crime, the border, immigration, name an issue. He's it's extraordinary. So he is a weak president. He's failing. The fact is, I think, coming crystal clear. I think he's absorbing that fact. Again, what was the Election Rigging Response Act all about? It was about the fact that he knows he's going to lose the midterm elections unless he rigs the election. That's why he needs not just Texas, but that's why he's going to need their help in the special session up there in Indiana and Missouri, what he just was able to do in North Carolina, and obviously what he's going to try to do in Florida. But again, that's weakness. And I'm not even sure he's masquerading as strength anymore. It's just weakness across the board. So, and you can see this. You can read between the lines. The last few weeks, I just feel like he's one click behind. He's nowhere to be found. There's no clicks. No one wants to be associated with him in Virginia, in New Jersey, certainly in California. I mean, this guy is out on an island. Honestly, I felt like he was away last week, and he didn't even really matter. I mean, there was no deal. It didn't matter. So I sense, I don't want to overstate this. You saw him today trying to get in the game. Hey, what about me with Cuomo? What about me out here? And, saying he's going to sort of investigate us for criminal activity in California. Something's happening. So I think those folks that are saying that to you are absolutely right and spot on. But we have a lot of work to do going into 2026 because of those dark clouds. And this guy will get more desperate. And again, the rules do not apply to him. It's the rule of dawn. And we have to, I think, be mindful of that.
Listen, I tend to agree with you. I mean, I think the fact that an incumbent president isn't campaigning in New Jersey, isn't campaigning in Virginia, why isn't he holding a rally? You would think if he was popular, if the voters supported what he was doing, he'd be out on the ground for Sears or for Chitterelli in New Jersey, but that's not happening right now. It's a little
No
different.
association. Look, this guy, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it in the inflation numbers and the job numbers. I mean, he said we were going to be richer and healthier. We're poorer and sicker in this country, and it's dawning on everybody that this guy is wrecking this. He's a wrecking ball. I mean, it's not just the symbolism, the East Wing; it's the substance. And I think it's really starting to. Honestly, I really believe this. I think even his supporters have to start feeling some real deep anxiety about this moment in this presidency. And so that's why we have to dial things up. This is the beginning of, I think, our rebirth and renewal as a party. And what I also love about this is I hope we don't get in this old binary, this notion that it's either or. Is Mondani the future of the party, or is it these two remarkably gifted governors in these two more moderate states? I think it's both and. And I think that's the bigger picture, this opportunity that we're building a bigger tent as a party. We need to bring more people into this party. Many parts, one body. And I think if we can stay there as a party and be a little bit judgmental around, which direction we need to go, we know that the obstacle is the way. We've got to address Trump and Trumpism. But as we find our way back, we also know the message that matters. And that's this economy is broken for too many people. The economy is not nourishing for enough people. We've got a generation 30 and younger that are not doing better than their parents' generation for the first time in U.S. history. We've got 10% of people that own 2/3 of the wealth in this country. We have to democratize our economy to save our democracy.
Now, Governor, before I let you go, you talk about we have a lot of work to do. Give people a call to action. What do people watching this need to know heading after tonight into 2026, into 2028, just beyond? Give them a call to action.
Well, I think they're doing it. It's sharing our passion with action. It's showing up. It's actually being present. It's continuing to organize. It's about citizenship at the end of the day. Justice Brandeis said this beautifully. He said, in a democracy, the most important office is office of citizen, active, not inert citizenship. And so this notion of self-organizing community, people coming together across their differences, you're seeing it, not just in terms of the large rallies, but you're seeing it in these organizational constructs, people going online, getting offline, standing in line for one another, lifting other people up, and continuing to call folks like me to a higher level of responsibility and accountability to be more clear and more focused on messaging, flooding the zone, winning arguments, setting the agenda, and being more forceful moving forward. So again, I just think continuing to do what we've done, because people haven't given up. This guy thrives on one thing: exhaustion. He wants to exhaust us, shock and awe, just become overwhelmed. And I think it's becoming overwhelmingly obvious to Donald Trump that he's losing and we're winning. And so we have to keep this momentum. Eyes on the balls, folks, on the ball. It's 2026. Please, I pray that we don't get ahead in that 2028 race. Please don't. It's all about 2026. It's all about restoring a co-equal branch of government. It's all about the rule of law so that we can maintain this framework of popular sovereignty so we'll have a free and fair election in 2028.
California Governor Gavin Newsom, great to be here. Good luck tonight. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
Talk to you soon.
Hey folks, Aaron Parnas here. Thank you so much for watching The Parnas Perspective. Please consider subscribing to support our work as we grow this independent news media entity into something that rivals mainstream every single day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.